Good morning, everybody. In the last class, we completed the lesson cell, its structure, and functions. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the second chapter, plant tissues. What is the name of the second chapter here? Plant tissues. So, we all know that animals can be, organisms can be divided by the based on number of cells in their body, like unicellular, multicellular, unicellular, multicellular. Unicellular means the organism which possesses only single cell in its body to perform each and every function. Then it is called as unicellular organism. Then it is called as unicellular organism. At the same time, if any organism contains number of cells to perform various activities, then it is called as multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms. In coming to the case of multicellular organisms, they have different cells to perform different functions like growth, respiration, excretion, etc. etc. In the case of plants, the leaves can perform the photosynthesis. Roots can absorb the water. Stems can prepare and store the food. So like that, in the case of plants, there are number of cells to perform different functions. The cells in the leaves are completely different from the cells in roots. The cells in the leaves can perform the photosynthesis, but they cannot absorb the water. In the case of roots, they cannot perform the photosynthesis, but they can absorb the water. So like that, in each and every multicellular organism, there are different cells to perform different activities. Okay, so what is the definition of tissue? What is the definition of tissue? Tissue means a group of cells. What is the meaning of tissue here? Tissue means a group of cells, which means that if any some cells which are performing similar activities, then those cells comes together and they form tissues. Okay, I am repeating again. The cells which can perform similar activity, they can come together and form the tissue. Different tissues can again come together, can form an organ, like that. In the human body, we have a number of cells are there. Neuron cells are there, blood cells are there, neurons are there, hair cells are there, skin cells are there. Okay, there we have number of different type cells. When coming to the case of tissues, the skin cells can come together and form the dermis tissue. At the same time, the neurons can come together and form the nervous tissue. Like that, each and every group of cells can form a particular organ. For example, skin is an organ. It is formed by the dermal tissue. Okay. At the same time, nervous system, brain, spinal cord, these are all organs. These are all formed by the neurons. So like this. So I am repeating again. First, in the body, each and every body contains number of cells. The cells which are performing similar activities, they can come together and form a tissue. And after that, the tissues which are performing similar activities, they can come together and form an organ. And next, the organs which can perform similar activities, they can come together and form a organ system. And finally, different organ systems comes together and form a body, either animal body or plant body, like that only. Today we will discuss from activity 1 to the activity 4. Just look at the screen. What is the activity 1 there? Parts of the plants and their functions. Below there is a table. Okay, below there is a table. We have to identify the parts of the plant and their functions. The function is there. We have to name the part. Just look at the screen. The table is there. We will go one by one. First one, absorption of water from soil. What is the function here? Absorption of water from the soil. Which part can perform this function? We all know that roots. What is the part here? Roots. Second function, exchange of gases. What is the second function here? Exchange of gases. In the plant body, the exchange of gases can be performed by the leaves. Yes or no? In the plant body, the exchange of gases can be performed by the leaves only. And the third function, photosynthesis. Again, it is also performed by the leaves only. Photosynthesis also can be performed by the leaves only. And the fourth function is transpiration. Fourth function is transpiration. Transpiration means plants can release excess amount of water from their leaves and stem in the form of water vapor. It is called as transpiration. What is transpiration? Transpiration means plants can absorb a lot of water day by day, but they do not need that much of water. After their usage, they release excess amount of water to the atmosphere in the form of water vapor by leaves and stems. That function is called as transpiration. That function is called as transpiration. So transpiration can be performed by the leaves and stem. Transpiration can be performed by the leaves and stem. And the last function is reproduction. And the final function is reproduction. In the case of plants, reproduction can be happened by the flowers only. We all know that flowers are the reproductive organs. So this is about the activity 1. In the case of activity 1, we all know that there are different functions to perform there are different plant organs to perform different functions. When coming to the case of internal structure of those parts, the structure is entirely different from one another. The structure of leaf is different from the structure of stem. At the same time, the structure of leaf is different from the structure of root. The structure of the root is different from the structure of stem, like that only. Okay, there are different cells to perform different activities. Next, coming to the activity 2. What is the name of the activity here? Cells in the onion peel cell. Cells in the onion peel cell. Cells in the onion peel. Cells in the onion peel. Step by step. First step. First we have to take a piece of onion peel. Second step, we have to place it on a slide. We all know that slide means it's a glass part which is used in the laboratories to observe some minute parts under electron microscopes. Okay, we have to place it on a slide, glass slide. Third step, put a drop of water and then a drop of glycerin on it. In the third step, we have to place a drop of water on the onion peel, and we have to put a drop of glycerin. In the fourth step, we have to cover this one with a cover slip. And finally we have to observe the slide under the microscope. After observation, it looks like the diagram on the screen. It looks like the diagram there. Okay, onion peel. So what are the observations we can get here? First observation, the cells looks like very similar to each other. What is the first observation here? The cells looks like similar to each other. And the second observation is the cells arranged in a horizontal regular manner. Okay, how the cells are arranged here? The cells are arranged in a horizontal regular manner. At the same time, each and every cell is completely identical to the another cell. They are arranged in regularly, not irregularly, not improperly. They are completely arranged in a regular manner. At the same time, the cells are completely identical to one another. This is second activity. Next, come to the case of activity 3. Here, cells in a leaf peel. We have to observe the cells in a leaf peel. Okay. We can go through this activity step by step. First step, take a betel leaf or a Tradescantia leaf. What is the first step here? Take a betel leaf or a Tradescantia leaf. Betel leaf means tamalpaku nanna. Betel leaf means tamalpaku. And the second step, tear it with a single stroke so that a thin edge can be seen at torn end. We have to tear it. How? In the single stroke only. We have to tear it in a single stroke only. And the third step, Observe the thin edge where the leaf has been turned under the microscope in the same manner as you had observed the onion peel, which means that in the third step we have to place the torn part on a glass slide and place a drop of water, and also we have to place a drop of glycerin, and finally we have to observe the slide under a microscope. And what are the observations we can get here? First, the diagram looks like the picture which is showing on the screen. Okay, betel leaf peel which is showing on the screen. Look at there. First observation, are all the cells similar? In the case of onion peel, the cells look similar, but in the case of betel leaf, the cells completely different one to another. There are different shapes of cell, different cells are there. Okay. Second, is there any difference in their arrangement? Yes, of course, there is some difference in the arrangement. Third, what can we infer from the above activities? We can infer that the cells which are in the onion peel is completely different from the cells which are present in the betel leaf. Okay, we are again discussing the observations here. First observation, are all the cells similar? No, the cells are completely different from one another. Second, is there any difference in their arrangement? Yes, of course, there is some difference in their arrangement. And the third, what can we infer from the above activities? Which means that the cells arrangement in the onion peel is completely different from the cells arrangement in the betel leaf. So we can assume that the arrangement and the structure, their functions in the cells are different from one plant to the another plant. This is the third activity. Next, we are going to the activity number 4. What is the name of the activity here? Cells in the root tip. What is the activity here? Cells in the root tip. So again, in the fourth activity, we have to take a transparent bottle filled with water. In the first step, we have to take a transparent plastic or glass bottle filled with water. Second step, take an onion bulb slightly larger than the mouth of the bottle. Take an onion bulb slightly larger than the mouth of the bottle. And we have to place that onion in that glass bottle which is filled with water as shown in the diagram. After some days, we can observe that there is some growth of roots in the under the onion bulb which is placed inside water. So I am repeating again. First step, we have to take a transparent glass bottle or plastic bottle. Okay, we have to fill this one with some water. Next, second step, we have to take an onion which is slightly larger than the mouth of that bottle. Next, we have to place that onion bulb in the on the mouth of the bottle, like the down part can be touch the water, like that as shown in the diagram. After some days, we can observe that onion bulb can produce some amount of small roots. Okay, this is the fourth step. Next, we have to take the onion bulb and cut the root tips. And next, the root tip can be placed on the glass slide. We have to place it on a glass slide. Again, same process. We have to place a drop of water, place a drop of glycerin, and also we have to place a cover slip on that slide. And next, we have to gently press that cover slip on the slide which is containing root tip gently, very smoothly, very gently. So after that, we have to place it under a microscope and we have to go through some observations. So the picture on under the microscope looks like a diagram which is showing on the screen. Okay, and here, what are the observations here? First observation, are all the cells similar? No, the cells are different from one another. Their shapes is different, their arrangement is also slightly different. And what is the arrangement of cells? The arrangement is here irregular and improper. This is about the fourth activity. So here we learn 4 activities there. In the first activity, we can get some information like functions and designated parts in a plant. In a plant, there are various functions can be performed by a plant. Okay, and we all know that some parts and functions in the first activity. In the second activity, we came through an onion peel, the cells in the onion peel. So in that activity, we observed that the cells are similar and arranged regularly. In the third activity, we came through a betel leaf. We came through a betel leaf. In that activity, we can get that the cells are different in shapes. The arrangement is also some kind of irregular. And in the fourth activity, we came through a root tip of onion. We came through a root tip of onion. There we can get that the cells are different shapes, different arrangement, and look they are not look identical. They are not look identical. This is about the activity number 4. Next week we will go through the some other activities and we will get some other information. I am repeating again the definition of the tissue. What is the tissue here? Tissue means it's a group of cells which can perform similar functions. The group of cells which can perform similar functions come together and form tissue. Okay, this is the introduction of plant tissues here. Thank you and all. Thank you.